The House will come to order and members will be at their seats. The clerk has opened the roll and you may record your presence. Please rise and give your attention to the House chaplain, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Representative Berkowitz.
Well, good afternoon, friends. It's so good to see each of you back. And by the way, if you haven't signed up for breakfast tomorrow morning, it's still not too late. Text me or send me an email or catch me when I'm just roaming around. We'll get your name out. Let me pray for you. Dear Father, we come before you today at the start of this new legislative session, seeking your wisdom and your guidance. I ask that you grant each legislator clarity of mind, a heart of integrity, and a spirit of cooperation and collaboration. May their deliberations be guided by a commitment to justice, compassion, and the good of all who call Kansas their home. The writer of the book of Proverbs reminds us, do not let kindness and truth leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart, so you will find and have a good reputation in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. I pray you would foster unity where there is division and grant strength where there is weariness. May each decision made in this and the ensuing sessions honor the trust placed in these leaders and contribute to the peace and prosperity of all those they are called to serve. These are indeed challenging days. I pray that you would walk beside each representative as they rise to meet the challenges that will be placed before them. Give them courage to make the tough decisions, even when those decisions may be unpopular or unshared by their colleagues. Now, may the peace of Almighty God bless, protect, and provide clear purpose to each of these representatives. I ask this in the name of Jesus. Amen. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah. And they hold me up. You know what?
Henry has his long line on. Has every member had an opportunity to record their presence? The clerk will close the roll and record the attendance. I make the following appointments for the 2026 legislative session. Susan Kennard, Chief Clerk. Alan Morgan, Sergeant at Arms, and L.D. Holmes, House Chaplain. Introduction of original motions and House resolutions. The clerk will read.
House Resolution 6020 by Representatives Hawkins, Croft, Woodard. A resolution providing for the organization of the House of Representatives. Be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the State of Kansas that the Chief Clerk of the House of Representatives notify the Senate that the House of Representatives is organized with the following officers: Dan Hawkins, Speaker; Blake Carpenter, Speaker Pro Tem; Chris Croft, Majority Leader; Brandon Woodard, Minority Leader; Susan Kennard, Chief Clerk; Alan Morgan, Sergeant at Arms, and awaits at the pleasure of the Senate. House Resolution number 6021 by Representative Hawkins, Croft, and Woodard. A resolution relating to assignment of seats in the House of Representatives. Be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the State of Kansas that the members of the 2026 regular session of the legislature shall occupy the same seats assigned pursuant to 2025 House Resolution Number 6002, with the following exceptions. Ward Seat 20, Bronx Seat 42, Wilson Seat 44, Turk Seat 64, Sweeley Seat 65, Kayahar Seat 67, Sappington Seat 100, and Roser Seat 107. Abby Boatman will be assigned to Seat 57 after being sworn in as the appointed replacement for District 86, which is being vacated by Representative Silas Miller.
On HR 6020, the Speaker recognizes Representative Croft for a motion to adopt the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move the House adopt House Resolution 6020.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. The motion carries. On HR 6021, the Speaker recognizes Representative Croft for a motion to adopt the resolution.
Mr. Speaker, I move the House adopt House Resolution 6021.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. The motion carries. Introduction of bills and concurrent resolutions. The clerk will read.
House Bill 2409 by Representative Riley, an act concerning school districts. House Bill number 2410 by Representative Howe, an act concerning public libraries. House Bill 2411 by Representative Schwartzpfeifer, an act concerning retirement and pensions. House Bill number 2412 by Representative Collins, an act concerning crimes, punishment, and criminal procedure. HB 2413 by Representative Schwartzpfeifer and Steele, an act concerning crimes, punishment, and criminal procedure. HB 2414 by Representative Riley, an act concerning taxation. HB 2415 by Representative McDonald, an act concerning education. HB 2416 by Representative Delpentang, an act concerning civil actions. HB 2417 by Joint Committee on Fiduciary Financial Institutions Oversight, an act concerning financial institutions. HB 2418 by Joint Committee on Fiduciary Financial Institutions Oversight, an act concerning financial institutions. HB 2419 by Representative McNorton, an act concerning the Kansas Open Records Act. HB 2420 by Representative Steele, an act concerning education. HB 2421 by Representatives Brantley, Butler, and others, an act concerning education. HB 2422 by Representative Schwartzpfeifer, an act concerning crimes, punishment, and criminal procedure. HB 2423 by Representative Schwartzpfeifer, an act concerning wildlife. HB 2424 by Representative White, an act concerning water. HB 2425 by Representative Schwartzpfeifer, an act concerning public health. HB 2426 by Representative Humphreys, an act amending the Women's Bill of Rights. HB 2427 by Representative K. Williams and Waymaster, an act establishing the position of fiscal integrity auditor to be appointed by the Legislative Coordinating Council. HB 2428 by Representatives K. Williams, Humphreys, and Lewis, an act concerning post-secondary educational institutions. HB 2429 by Representative Fairchild, an act concerning health and healthcare. HB 2430 by Representative A. Smith, an act concerning insurance. HB 2431 by Representatives Meyer, Oropeza, and S. Ruiz, an act concerning education. HB 2432 by Representative Meyer, Oropeza, and S. Ruiz, an act concerning taxation. HB 2433 by Representative Wassinger, an act concerning the regulation of water use. Got that one in there. HB 2434 by Representative Waymaster, an act making and concerning appropriations for the fiscal years ending June 30th, 2026, June 30th, 2027, and June 30th, 2028 for state agencies. House Concurrent Resolution 5019 by Representatives Hawkins, Croft, and Woodard. A concurrent resolution informing the governor that the two houses of the legislature are duly organized and ready to receive communications. Be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the State of Kansas, the Senate concurring therein, that the Chief Clerk of the House of Representatives and the Secretary of the Senate be appointed to await upon the governor and inform the governor that the two houses of the legislature are duly organized and are ready to receive any communications that the governor may have to present. House Concurrent Resolution Number 5020 by Representatives Hawkins, Croft, Woodard. A concurrent resolution providing for joint sessions of the Senate and the House of Representatives for the purpose of hearing messages from the Governor and the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Be it resolved by the House of Representatives of the State of Kansas, the Senate concurring therein, that the Senate and the House of Representatives shall meet in joint session in Representative Hall at 6 p.m. on January 13th, 2026, for the purpose of hearing a message from the Governor. Be it further resolved that the Senate and the House of Representatives shall meet in joint sessions in Representative Hall at 1:15 p.m. on January 13th, 2026, for the purpose of hearing a message from the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court on the judicial branch of government. Be it further resolved that a committee of 2 members from the Senate and 3 members from the House of Representatives be appointed to wait upon the Governor. Be it further resolved that a committee of 2 members from the Senate and 3 members from the House of Representatives be appointed to wait upon the Lieutenant Governor. Be it further resolved that a committee of 2 members from the Senate and 3 members from the House of Representatives be appointed to wait upon the Supreme Court justices.
On House Concurrent Resolution 5019, the Speaker recognizes Representative Croft for a motion to adopt the resolution.
Mr. Speaker, I move the House adopt HCR 5019.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The motion carries. The chair recognizes Majority Leader Croft for a motion on House Concurrent Resolution 5020.
Mr. Speaker, I move the House adopt House Concurrent Resolution 1020.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, say no. The ayes have it. Motion passes. In accordance with HCR 5020, I appoint the following members. For the State of Judiciary, the escort for the Supreme Court will be Representatives Humphreys, Lewis, and Brownlee Page. To escort the Senate, Representatives Bryce, Laura Williams, and Melton. For the State of the State, to escort the Governor, Representatives Beeler, Steins, and Ohabisam. To escort the Lieutenant Governor, Representatives Esau, Sweely, and Weichel. To escort the Supreme Court, Representatives Cahar, McNorton, and Carmichael. To escort the Senate, Representatives Getz, Kessler, and Sawyer. Reference of bills and concurrent resolutions. All pre-filed House bills have been referred to committees and will appear in the House calendar and journal. Speaker recognizes Representative Humphreys for a motion to adopt the conference committee report on House Bill 2347.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to adopt the conference committee report on House Bill 2347.
Is there discussion? Seeing none, Representative Humphreys, you may close. Oh, sorry about that. I thought you were coming up for something different.
Sorry. Lewis.
The Speaker recognizes Representative Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I make a substitute motion to not adopt the conference committee report and that a new conference committee be appointed.
Is there discussion? Seeing no further discussion, Representative Lewis, you may close.
Thank you, and I move not to adopt the conference committee report and that be approved.
You have heard the motion by Representative Lewis. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion passes. Okay.
See where we're waiting on the doctor of the day is really what we don't know.
So-
Because otherwise we just have announcements after that.
Right, so, that's something on my mind.
I mean, if there's anything else you want to say, I guess you can.
I could go on ahead and do that while we're waiting on the doctor today. You think we're gonna have the doctor today?
Yeah, I talked to Tom this morning.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bring him over. I'll text him. Well, I'll put your other announcements up.
Okay, what we're waiting on is the doctor of the day announcement, and we're waiting for the doctor of the day representative to get here in an effort to use their time well. We're going to skip ahead to my announcements. I want to welcome each and every one of you to the 2026 House session. This is the last first day of session for me. 14 first day of sessions, and this will be the last one. And I have to say, in 14 years, every first day of session is a great day. People love the first day of session. We all get to come back together, see each other, renew old friendships. We have a lot of fun during that first day. And that always happens whenever you have the first day, and then also when we get together throughout the year at different events. Everybody loves seeing each other. And so the first day of session is always a very happy day. This year, being my last year, and certainly all during my speaker's tenure, I have strived for the House to be the best House there ever was. And I think for the most part, we have done exactly that. I think this House of Representatives have been an awesome House of Representatives. We have strived to make sure that we respect each other, that we listen, hopefully more than we talk, and that during our debates are civil in debate, that we don't make things personal, that when we debate, we have a spirited debate, and we do that. We have a spirited debate, but we strive to never make things personal to where it causes hurt feelings. I think we've done a good job of that. I think we really have. I would ask that you show up to committee and participate widely in your committee process, because the committees is exactly where everything happens. The committee process is an amazing process. We get a lot of work done there, and then it comes in here and we get to debate it as a body, debate each issue as a body. So be sure and be present, be engaged, and put everything you have into this session. We're only here for 90 days. And in those 90 days, we don't want to leave and be sorry that we didn't get all done that we intended to get done. So we want to be efficient. We want to be wise with our time. And I think this body has done a great job of that. This year, during the weeks ahead, we're going to change things just a bit. Points of personal privilege this last couple of years have just been on Wednesday. That probably wasn't quite enough. And so we're going to have points of personal privilege on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. You can count on being in here for session Monday through Thursday. Fridays, there'll be sometimes, certainly we have business to do on Fridays, but if we don't have business to do on Fridays, there is no reason to hold people in here just to have you come in and hear bills read. So count on Monday through Thursday, everybody be into session, and we will work our heart out to make sure that we do exactly what we've been doing. And that is getting our work done in a timely manner. Last year when we did the rules and we struck the midnight rule, some folks thought the world was coming to an end. Does anybody remember of going past midnight last year? That's because you can't, because we never did. It was the first year in my 14 years that we never went past midnight. And although sometimes that has to happen, we try to make it so that we don't have to do it unnecessarily. And literally, I believe the way we did our sessions this last year and keeping up on bills made it so that I think probably the latest we ever went was maybe 10:30 or 11 o'clock. I don't think we ever even come close to touching 12 o'clock midnight. We hope to do that again this year. Maybe a little bit selfish on my part. I like going to bed. I'm an early to bed and an early rise guy, and I'm just like many people, don't do well when I get tired. And so we want to be efficient and make sure that we make good use of our time so we don't have to do that. In addition, when it comes to point of personal privilege, remember that each person only gets 2 points of personal privilege during the session time that we have. And that points of personal privilege need to be kept to 5 minutes in length, no longer. We do have a timer. We'll be timing it, making sure that if you get close to 5 minutes, we'll tell you that your time's up, and then we'll have to move on. Recognition of people in the gallery is not permitted unless it's been approved beforehand. Every once in a while, there's a situation comes up where we have to make allowance, and we do that. But typically, when you are down there giving your point of personal privilege, it's for the House floor, and it's not to recognize anybody in the gallery. Behavior on the floor can be seen by everybody. So if you are misbehaving on the floor, which hardly never happens, that camera up there sees it all. And we want to present a professional look to those people who watch us on YouTube or video, wherever they watch us from. So always remember that you can be seen. So just to end this, in my 14 years, I never, as I said 3 years ago, I never dreamed that I was going to be the Speaker of the House or actually the Majority Leader. Those things happened, and it is the honor of a lifetime to be able to serve this body as your Speaker of the House. I hope that I have served to your satisfaction over this last 3 years, and it is my desire that this year be just as great as all of the other 3 years have been. Time flies when you're having fun. Time flies when we're here. We start today, and all of a sudden we will be at the end. It goes by fast. So make good use of your time. Enjoy every minute you have here. Enjoy the fellowship with your friends. Enjoy the fellowship with your colleagues. But don't leave wishing you would have done something. Let's get all of our work done. Together, we all make this the greatest house in the United States of America. And I want to personally thank you for everything each one of you have done over the last several years to make that so. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much. I would like to introduce Dr. Beth Aller, President of the Kansas Academy of Family Physicians. Dr. Aller resides in Lawrence, but her patients live in the rural community of Rooks County, Kansas. She does telehealth 3 weeks of the month and travels back 1 week a month to serve her rural-based patients for the past 15 years. The Academy has sponsored the Doctor of the Day program since 1978. The program provides daily assistance to those serving the State House during the session, offering services such as blood pressure and temperature checks, basic first aid supplies, over-the-counter medications, and evaluations of minor ailments. The Kansas Academy of Family Physicians works to staff as many days as possible each legislative session, made possible by physician members who travel from across the state to donate their time and service in service of public health. We appreciate this program and your efforts. Thank you again for providing this service. Okay, are there announcements? Does anybody have any announcements? No announcements yet. Speaker recognizes the majority leader for a motion to adjourn.
Did you do the announcements?
Hold on, you don't get to do that yet. It wasn't on my. Okay, we have one more announcement. If you want to have a guest attend the State of the State Tuesday evening, tomorrow evening, please pick up your ticket from the chief clerk. Members are allowed one guest, and tickets are available beginning after session today. Do not forget to contact your senator and invite him or her to sit with you for the State of the Judiciary and the State of the State. Please let the Sergeant of Arms know this, if your senator will be sitting with you, so a chair can be set up for them. The following committee appointment is requested for Thursday, January 15th, 2026. Representative Cindy Neighbor replaces Representative Nikki McDonald on the House Health and Human Services Committee for Thursday, January 15th, 2026. This appointment expires at the end of the day, Thursday. Now, the Speaker recognizes the majority leader for a motion to adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's great to see a full house in here today. Let me real quick go over some scheduled things. First off, there is a social calendar. If you're wondering the things that are going on, make sure you pay attention to the social calendar so you'll know. Also, to be clear, there are no items above the line tomorrow. All right, got that out of the way in case, because we moved a lot of bills around, so we want to make sure everything's right. The schedule for tomorrow being the 13th. At 9 a.m., the 9 a.m. committees will meet. At 11 o'clock, we'll be here on the floor. We'll do a few things, and then we will wait, or a pause, if you will, waiting for the rest of the day, because we have to remain open the whole day. We will, Republicans, we will go to the old Supreme Court, where we will calendar on a few items. Those items have been shared with both sides. We will talk about, after that's done, all vice chairs will remain for just a little bit so we can cover a few things on bill summaries and other things that we have to get done. At 1:15, you need to be back in here and be in your seats. At 1:30 p.m., the State of the Judiciary begins. So 1:15, be in your seats, ready to go. Then the 3:30 committees will meet. Then we're back in here. The chamber will be open at 5. Remember, they clear the chambers, they do the things. At 5 p.m., be back in your chairs in here, ready to go. At 6:30, the State of the State begins. Okay, we all good on all that?
Not at 5, at 6 o'clock.
6, what did I say, 5?
You said 5.
I was just checking to see if you guys are paying attention. Clearly better than I was. All right, so we're good? We got it right now? Okay, 6 o'clock, we'll be back in here, ready to go. 6:30, we start. And if you want to come early, go ahead. Mr. Speaker, I move the House adjourn until Tuesday, January 13th at 11 a.m.
You've heard the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All opposed, no. The ayes have it. We are adjourned.